And we're live. Oops. Cool. Mute that guy. All right, we're all ready. All right, cool. There she is, right there. Hi, Carol. Oh yeah, keep getting in the screen.
Sorry.
It's all good. Looks like we're gonna have a chat here. Okay, let's wait for a couple people to get in. Hey, Deb. Deb and Sheila just popped in. We got a few people come on in. I'm learning how to edit these videos, so this part of the beginning might be edited out later. Hey. Sheila. All right, so we got that on mute, and we're good. All right, let's see if we can catch up with this. Nope, we're good. I think we're pretty well good. Get more coming in. Welcome, welcome. Well, this week I wanted to talk about the angel visit that happened last week, but Joe's had a series of issues come up that has prevented him from being able to sit down long enough to write the visit. No, he hasn't forgotten it or anything like that. He just had something come up that's really, truly taking up all of his time. So hopefully he'll have that handled. The next few days we'll get that visit out, and maybe we'll have a chat about it next week. So later on in the conversation, when we have more folks in here and we have more to talk about, I'll talk a little bit about what he told me about the visit. He gave me a couple of items, and I find them to be interesting. Mary Shipley is here. All right, we have some gathered master elders in the room. The elders of the group are the ones that have been around for a long time. So we sometimes give each other, that's what Michael said, was they're the elders of the group. I guess I'm one of them, but I don't know. When there's adulting to be done, I look for an adult. So anyhow, the visit didn't get all the way done yet, so what we're doing, I changed the subject of the conversation this week to our journey is far from over. We got a lot of work to do. When Michael comes and talks to us, he gives us information about what we're to do. And one of the reasons that he comes, the main reason why the angels actually visit Joe, is because one, Joe chose to take on this work, okay? Two, Joe continues to take on this work. And then the other main reason is because they have something for us masters to do, okay? So the angels don't just come and have a conversation with Joe just to have a nice visit and, hey, how you doing? It's never anything like that. They're fully aware of what's going on with us. They come with a purpose, and they have things for us to do. The first thing they came with was they told Joe that you will gather 7 masters and teach them to teach. And that's what he did. Now, after a period of time, those masters that were gathered in the beginning stages or even along the way, you know, some folks have a lot of this information that they've been reading and just haven't gone and got gathered until later on. One of the people I'm aware of that did that was Sensei Ron. He actually got involved in this work back in the early developments of it and didn't get gathered until later on in the 2000s. So you know, there's people that are aware of this work that have been doing stuff with us and they just haven't gotten around to doing that. It's very important that we do have gatherings. Um, it's the it's the root of our work is to have gatherings and to bring as many gathered masters in as possible. And how do we do that? We have gatherings. And Kathy Benton just came into the room and she just had a gathering a couple weeks ago. Yay, Kathy. Hello. Hey, listen, Kathy's been having some hard times the last few days. She's, you know, how we have our ups and downs, and right now she might be experiencing a little more of the downside. So if you guys would be so kind to put her in your love when you do your prayers or your meditations or anything, surround Kathy Benson with some love and just let her know that everybody's pulling for her and that she's an awesome lady. So, you know, we need to support each other in this work, and it's best to lift each other up. You know, it's like I said in the last visit, or not the last visit, our last conversation. I don't. If I get a visit, it's not something that the world's going to see because they didn't tell me to write it down, right? So same thing for you guys, right? Anyhow, what I'm saying is if you're looking down to somebody, just lift them up, man. Lift them up, bring them up, and let them know you're there and you care about them. You know, we have something very unique. Okay, now on many occasions, Michael has talked about this work being up to the masters. Our numbers at the event is up to the masters. The amount of gathered masters that are in the world is up to us. So our work is very far from done. We need 144,000 gathered masters to stand in oneness. And how are we going to do that? Well, the gatherings will splinter out. Hopefully we can gain some more momentum and get a lot of things going. I personally will be doing some gatherings here in the next couple of months. I'm meeting with some people this weekend that have read the book. Not sure if they've done the baptism yet. They were talking about doing that. And they've figured out what their gifts are, and they're ready to rock. And there's other people doing gatherings too, like Caroline in Stockton. I still think she's doing her gathering. I think it's towards the end of this month that she'd like to do it. I'm all for it. Text her on Facebook and see if she's got everybody she needs. A few people in the room. Hello. Anybody got any questions they've been pressing on them since last week? If not, don't worry. I'll answer them later. Or I did pull up a few things for us to discuss because I find it to be important. Where to start? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and talk about what Joe and I talked about last week. And, you know, he was kind of busy when we were on the phone. I talk to him almost every day. I like to check on Joe. You know, he's a really good friend of mine, and I care a lot about him, and I like to be there for him, and he's always there for me. When I'm down, he's always on my, you know, calling me, so making sure everything's cool. Okay, Kathy Benson does have a question, and I'm going to go ahead and take it right now. She says, I'm wanting to do a Shekinah thingy. I'm assuming it's the blessing. But I don't have I am oils or forks. Can I put Michael oil on the charcoal? Sure. You wanted to do the Shekinah thingy. Now, okay, so use what you got. Don't worry if you don't have something to offer. Your being there is offering to God. And really, this is where it becomes very understanding. Sometimes these tools are just not available due to whatever reasons. Don't worry. Use what you got. You're not going to mess it up. They're really not into this right or wrong, good or bad, or any of that type of thing, so don't worry about it. I have faith in you. You pulled off a gathering, and you could pull off a Shekinah blessing. That's going to be easy to do. So And congratulations again and again and again and again. I'm just so proud of anybody that will take that on. It's just an ordeal and a half to have, get 7 people at the same time. It's, everybody's got their world going on. All right. So, did that answer? Okay, thank you. You're welcome, my love. And anybody else has questions, just blurt them out. I'm okay with stopping what I'm doing. I can hopefully remember to come back to where I was. It happens. Let's see. I was reading over some visits in. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. We haven't gotten to much yet, so just sit back and relax. I was going to talk about Joe and what he and I had discussed about. I got a very, very small taste of what's going on in the gathering, in the visit. Joe did get a visit. I think it was Friday or Saturday. I'm assuming it was Friday. He had said, the first thing I asked him, when he says, I need to type up the visit. And I says, the first thing I asked was, oh, good, there's something for us to do. And he said, well, normally Joe and I don't discuss it until he puts the visit out, or he'll sometimes email it to me to read, because I'm a angel visit junkie, and I've been rocking back and forth holding my right arm for the last 6 months waiting for a visit. So anyhow, it's kind of candy to me. And anyhow, he hadn't gotten to that point, but I said, what took so long? That's what I asked him. I said, so what took so long? And he says, well, Michael was waiting to see if I am going to continue to do this. That makes a lot of sense, because we've been doing this for a lot of years, and the numbers have been going in a direction that's not upwards. So let's go ahead and put ourselves in this position for just a moment and take a look at something, okay? Let's say you need to put on an event and get a certain amount of people together to do it, and you spend all of your time and efforts doing this, and then when it comes to that event, you fall short. In essence, you fail in your own mind. Now, the angels aren't going to admonish us for not having the numbers. They never admonish us for anything. The only people that admonish us for what we do is ourselves. We're really good at judging each other, and that's another thing that happens during the process of this work, is you get to deal with people that are, have projection issues. They project their issues upon you, or, when you're in a position of talking to a lot of people all the time, you are susceptible to all kinds of different things happening. And it would be wise to just be gentle with these people that have to deal with a lot of stuff. Not that he's fragile or anything like that. It's just common practice to be kind to one another. Joe chose to do this, and he's still choosing to do this. So let's make it easy on him, and let's see if we can get as many people at this thing that we can. They were only asking for like 200 people, and there's like 4,000 gathered masters. And this year what I'm pushing for is that we put it up to the masters, because we've been given so much work. The other thing that Joe had said, and I'm just going to paraphrase because I can't quote verbatim Michael because I didn't see the words yet, but he said, our kind did not see the reason to come give your kind more to do when they haven't done what we've given them. So something similar to that. Not an admonishment again, but, we've got a ton of stuff to do, from embodying and embracing the Book of Bricks, embodying and embracing the 7 churches, not only learning the gift that you are to the world and how you participate, but how the other gifts are. And having a knowledge not to, make fun of each other through it, or, use it as an excuse to judge one another for, like the Book of Bricks. We're not to kiss it or hold it above or below each other or use it to judge one another. The work that Joe's getting from God is high anointed stuff. And he says, Michael called him the Aleph at one point in time. And what Aleph means is it's a Hebrew word, okay? And it's not haughty or arrogant so much as it is a leadership thing. And how Joe leads is he gives you the information and you guys get to do what you want to do with it. And, there's a lot of us that have been dealing with this information for a lot of time. And there's some very gifted masters out there that are sitting on the sidelines. And that's okay if they want to sit on the sidelines, but it's okay to step up to the plate too and take a swing. You guys are powerful. There's a gentleman that's been coming to the events since day one. And one of his, I'm going to go ahead and say his name. His name's Don Markowitz, okay? And he couldn't feel anything in the gate. He never felt any grace. He didn't feel the blessings. He did all the stuff, but he wasn't feeling anything. And he thought it was, he didn't know what to think of it. And then all of a sudden, a few years ago, he came up to me and he says, how I wasn't feeling anything? Well, I'm feeling it now, and he's really feeling it. And a lot of us are really feeling these energies. Now, Don has taken the time to do a lot of the processes. So when he goes to the events and things of that nature, he doesn't come back all blown away and it doesn't take him time to recover. Just like, a lot of you guys, Meryl's here. Hello. Meryl and Maxine are here. I feel completed. This work is tough work to do, but we only get 4 days a year to come together and be at cause for the entire planet. This is no small thing. This is the highest, holiest work that can be on the planet at this time. And we have like I was saying before, a responsibility. So let's please just act accordingly in that. I wanted to read something to you guys that was given to us back in 2012, we were given at an event the little pieces of scroll, okay, in Arkansas. Hi, Crystal. In Arkansas, we were given these little pieces of a scroll that Joe had seen many years before in a visit. And anyhow, there was stuff written on this scroll, and it was perforated so we can break off all the different pieces and whatnot. And everybody got a piece, and everybody ate one, okay? So there were some leftover scrolls, and Michael had said that there was a message within those leftover scrolls. And Joe had, taken his time deciphering them, and Michael had asked him after he had done it, hey, why did it take you so long, and they were really strained at that time. They were having all kinds of stuff going on. Money usually comes up in their world because he's not getting paid to do this stuff, just like me. I'm not getting paid to do this. And none of you are getting paid to do this. Our payment is everybody getting a world that works for everyone, and there's no need for money at that point. But anyhow, back to the pieces of this scroll. Marlene Sams. Oops. Hello. Hi, Marlene. These pieces of the scroll, and basically when Michael got them, he took one piece of the scroll and it all went it was really neat to imagine that all of these pieces just come together because the angel touches the one corner. That's cute. Phone's ringing. It's not for me, I can guarantee it. Here is what the pieces read, okay? Holy, holy, holy. Blessings be upon you, bringers of the children of light and wisdom. Blessed are you, high priests and high priestesses, in your vibrational harmonics that sanctified the union. Blessed are you, priests and priestesses, who receives the children of the light. Blessed are all the masters that will clothe the children in love. Gather in great numbers each year. that the light of wisdom will grow. Holy is your works, holy that which you do in the name of love and wisdom. The grace of God fills your hearts and souls. Peace is upon you, as the faithful are rewarded in blessings. Go forth with your gifts as you walk through the garden that even now grows beneath your feet. So that was an invitation, where I'm goofing up my screen. That was an invitation from the angels to keep coming every year. And those of you that hear this have been called. So anyhow, hey, my mom's here. So I wanted to read that to you guys to help you understand where we sit in the eyes of our loving Father or our loving creators, okay? Because it's not just a father, it's a loving mother as well. So, did I miss questions or anything? Hello all. Hi Dave. Okay, I didn't miss anything. Okay. Everybody's saying hi though. All right, so later on I'm going to fast forward a little bit about what it is that we're doing, okay? Michael said something in 2015 that kind of helps explain what it is we're doing, you know, and it's important as well. Now, Michael, he says, this is a visit between Joe and Michael. Let me explain some things to you so that others may understand what it is that you are doing. There was a time before time when all was in harmony with the feminine and masculine. There was peace and balance throughout your world. The masculine and feminine energy were as one without conflict. Love for all things was the law of the world. Yet in the physical world, there are things that can upset the balance. In the ancient Hebrew language, this is called the Satan. This is pronounced Satan. Okay, Satan. Excuse me, I thought it was Satan. I corrected myself. Which is the ego or selfishness that leads to jealousy, anger, and hatred. This brings about the loss of unconditional love and causes separation. When the separation occurred, the Shekinah left your world. Over the years, you have called the masters together and have brought the Shekinah back to your world, but the masculine energy is unaware. Hey, Mary. Of her presence. What you will do at the conference this year is to make her manifestation known. This time, the 222 masters receiving the Shekinah blessing will be so strong the masculine will become aware. Those that stand with you in the grand formation will become aware. There will be a knowing that will come to light in the way for them that their ability to use it. I will speak to you of this and blah, blah, blah. Conference stuff. Okay, so that was back in 2015. That was the year we were in Georgia, and when we did, everybody saw the flash of the Shekinah. Well, there were 87 people in attendance. That was about the lowest year that we've had as far as attendance goes. We were a far cry from the 222. I don't know if it was because it was in Georgia. I don't know if it was because, I don't know what it was because of. Anyhow, the more, you know, all of us are light workers and we're, you know, peace troubadours, or we're whatever you want to label yourself with. But the bottom line is you're a child of God and you prayed for truth and guidance and you got to this spot in your life, and we get to have this thing. We only get to do it once a year for 4 days. Wow. Hi, James. Glad to see you here, buddy. Got all orange in here all of a sudden. Anyhow, I'm going to just keep doing these videos and talking about some of the past visits and talking about the things that are important to the masters, and help try and encourage you guys to do something with this work. There's no one person in this work that can do everything, okay? There's no one key ingredient. There are many key ingredients, okay? If you want to see who the key ingredient to this work is, take a gander in the mirror and you'll see that person. And you are important and you are significant, and everything you've done have led you up to this moment. The work that you do is not done in vain. You guys have overcome so many different obstacles. It's unbelievable. If you look back on your life, you will be amazed at yourself because of what you've gone through to get to where you're at. You really, truly are all you need to be, because you were the one that was with you when you took this journey. Okay, this, one of the paths of wisdom is, life is not a destination, it's a journey, something to that. I'm paraphrasing. Let's see here if I got it in front of me. Boy, I got a lot on here. Paths of wisdom. The truth is a vehicle, not a destination. Okay, so anyhow, I got that mixed up. Our journey is far from over, and if the masters don't gather in 144,000 at some point in time, Eden will return to the earth, but it's going to be after the last breath of the last human that was standing on the earth, and then we can have it again. But we've been given this wonderful gift to come together in this oneness, which that's what we create at the event, okay? When you come to the event and you stand in the grand formation, as they call it these days, when you stand in formation, you are standing in a place where your vibration is the most important thing on the planet at that time. So you have come and brought your vibration to offer up to the world, okay? So it doesn't matter how you got there. It doesn't matter what anything else is. What matters is that you choose to go ahead and do that. Now, I can't tell you to choose it. I know that you can, and there's a lot of people that do. We have about 60 people that come year after year after year, no matter what. I'm one of them. I've been to everything that I can go to, and I'm going to keep going, and I hope you guys join us. We're really lucky, if you think about it. All of the things that have been confusing people over the last couple millennium, we're getting information from angels that are clearing all that stuff up. It's a truth, a light, a way, and it's not such an absolute thing that you have to, diminish anybody else over it. You don't have to believe it. If you choose to encompass it or embody it in your daily life, you will benefit greatly from it. And whether you choose to stand with us in the formation or turn around and walk away, you're still wrapped in the love of the I Am. No matter what, you can't get away from that. It's like a fish thinking it's not in water. A fish in the ocean doesn't think it's in the ocean. Well, we're in the ocean. The fish is in the ocean. It's surrounded by water. And you are surrounded by love. No matter what, whatever you choose to do with it. Okay, so thank you. Cindy says you are very inspirational. Well, thank you. I'd like to inspire you guys to go out and be the greatest person that you can possibly be. This is not about fulfilling my agenda. I'm going to get a little serious here for a second. There's been times where people bring their agenda into our world, into our work, into our event. We've had speakers that come and bring their agenda and want to have them follow you because they know the answers. Well, guess what? I'm sorry, they don't. The answers are within you. You're the one that has the answers. You're the one that is going to be fixing the problems of the planet. And how do you do that? You're going to be fixing your own problems. We have a lot of support. We can reach out to one another, and there's going to be a lot of people that will come in and help us. Other people have experienced things for years throughout this work, and we've had experiences happen to where we go, okay, here's a solution that's worked. Here's a solution that's worked. Or here's a solution, that didn't work. We need to come up with another solution. We always have something that we can do. We have tons, literally a ton of tuning forks and a gallon of oil. It's a lot of stuff, and all of these things bring vibrations up. When you're out there tuning people up, or when you're out there sharing this oil with each other, remind yourself that this isn't just a plaything. This is not Young Living essential oils. This is not Biotonics tuning forks. It's not anything other than what It is. These are very special tuning forks that are tuned to a specific frequency, and some of them are blessed. Some of them, take more time to make than others, or more steel, excuse me. The oils are laid to rest with a blessing and received with a blessing, and often used with the blessing. So it's not perfume to splash on yourself. It's definitely something that you want to be smart with. The oils, something that I ran into. I was working with a pregnant woman. Can't use the oils with a pregnant woman. During the time of pregnancy, the child is being made ready to receive the soul, and it is not to be tampered with. And it says that explicitly in the oil instructions. So the only oil that you can use with a pregnant woman that I'm aware of is Gabriel's oil. So, and I wouldn't use a whole lot of that anyway because it's a vibrational thing. So, these are very important things that we have, and we have. It's hard for me to stop stressing how much we've been given. Wanted to bring up the oils again. I think I've come up with a solution. Or not the oils, excuse me, the sacred herbs. Boy, my mind is bouncing off. I tuned myself up and everything. I'm all bouncy for a second. All right, I'm back. The sacred herbs. I'm going to go ahead and make a page with it. And I'm going to make it available for people to read. It is far too important for it to stay in a drawer any longer. There is some special instructions that you need to know that go with it, and I will be placing that with it. If there's going to be fallout, so be it. If there's no fallout, so be it. The masters deserve this information, and it's going to help a great deal of masters. Now, these sacred herbs, the reason why they gave us the sacred herbs, okay? Michael said that I give you these herbs so that your kind may receive the vibrations that are coming forth, okay? So the herbs, when taken in a specific succession, it goes by the days of the week, and it goes by your gift or your church color, or your church day, and it's not something that I can just talk about in a quick 5 minutes on this. I may just do a whole pod or a whole video on just the herbs so that we can have a better understanding on record of what the thing does. I think it's just really important that we have this information because we really need a shot in the arm. Going back to listening to Joe about the conversation and the visit, it really took Joe a long time to come to grips with he's doing this again. Will all masters get all of this information? It is very overwhelming. I don't know if they'll get it. They'll be able to receive it. There's not much overwhelming about it other than, as far as the herbs go, it's just once you look at it and see the pattern, it's quite simple. The stuff that the angels give us is not to overwhelm us or to confuse us. Now, sometimes the way it's been given forth by certain specific individuals, it's not as easily understood. So I don't know what else to say about that. We can have people come in and talk about things and totally take us off track of what the angels are giving us. I'm not going to go into detail on that because I need to come to grips with how I feel about it. It's not a good feeling. So what I want to give you guys is information that's going to move you forward and help you to embody this work however you choose to do it. Because it is for everyone, and this work is up to the masters. It just made sense for me to go ahead and start doing these videos because let's start talking about it. Let's start doing something. Talk, do, and create. That's what we're here. You know, we're blessings, gifts, and deeds. And how is this work going to move forward? Through blessings, gifts, and deeds. Through the blessings that we give, through the gifts that you are to the world, and the deeds done by your hand. That's how we're going to fix this, okay? We haven't come close to breaking 5,000 people gathered. There's no need to stop doing gatherings. If that's even being considered, well, don't do gatherings anymore for yourself, but don't discourage others to not do that. I find anyone discouraging masters from doing gatherings, I really feel bad about that. I really feel sorry for them because they have no clue as to what they're talking about, and they think they do. So, but anyhow, it's important to do. The more gatherings we have, the more masters we have, the more opportunities we have to bring them together in a form to where we can be at cause. Once we get to a certain momentum, it'll just start taking over for itself. But we, you, the people viewing this video, the people on the Gathered Masters lists, the people on the Facebook lists, the people that are about to get gathered, the people that have been gathered, all of this work is up to us. Now, if there's nothing overwhelming or confusing about it. Just take what you can and leave the rest for later. Don't worry about taking a huge bite. You don't eat a whole pizza with one swallow. You eat it a slice at a time, okay? You don't heal yourself, or you don't, you know, it's like when you're healing yourself, you don't pull all of the layers of the onion off. You take them off one at a time. So it's okay to take your time at this, but really, we've been taking our time with this for quite a while, and we were told back in 2007 that the momentum we had back then, we can have the 144,000 in a few short years. Well, that was 2007. That's what, 11 years ago. So it's been a while. We can do this. I know we can. I'm not interested in anybody bringing in something outside to help us move this thing forward. I am interested in giving you guys the information that you need in order to move this thing forward. And I'm sorry, I touched my screen and did something goofy. All right, hit that X. Oops, all right. I'm interested in helping you guys move this forward. Like I said, I'm not going to come in with some sort of an agenda. I'm not here to make $1 off of you. I want to go ahead and create a world that works for everybody, and I know that we can do this. So, all right, I've got some more really cool stuff for you. Let me just pull her up here. All right, so I mentioned something about angel readings. I got it figured out. I found the stuff that I needed to know. Angel readings are done with regular playing cards, okay? And there it is over here. It's not the right one. I need to pull up my notepad that I put that on. And I put it in this file. Okay, so as I pull up this file, all right, so angel readings look like the Gate of Grace with cards when you do them, okay? Everything the angels give us is around 7. Well, this one is done with 9, 10, 11, 12 playing cards laid down, okay? Trying to pull up my notes. I could probably remember it, but I want to have my notes up. And of course my computer is being slow. Heck you. All right. Angel Gate readings. Where did you go? Oh, I misplaced something and I'm starting to look like a buffoon. Guess what, kids? We're going by Dave's memory. I remember this. All right. So what we recommend is you get a deck of regular playing cards, okay? It doesn't matter what brand. Is there a link or file to Angel Rays? No, Kathy, I'm about to tell you about it right now. I'll make a link to it later. This is something I'm just going to keep on the video for now. It's pretty simple, all right? So, and you can email me and I'll give you my little card thing that I have on a notepad. It's real easy. All right, so you have a deck of bicycle cards. I recommend that you put it under your pillow for 2 weeks, okay? Cindy got bumped. Okay, I'm talking about angel readings. You want to put your deck of bicycle cards, or I always say bicycle cards, playing cards, not pinochle cards. You want to use regular playing cards for poker. All right, so it's on a video, dear. You don't have to take notes. Place the cards under your pillow for 2 weeks. Sleep with them, okay? If you can't put them under your pillow, put them near you in your bed somewhere where it can gain your vibration while you're sleeping for about 2 weeks, okay? Then they'll be charged, or they will be tuned to your frequency because these are your cards. You can let other people touch your cards if you want. It's not taboo to have other people touch your cards. I leave mine out all the time, or used to. Unless that's one of your own rules that you want to make for yourself, go ahead. All right, so here's how it works. The 7 churches: Smyrna, Ephesus, Pergamum, Sardis, Philadelphia, Thyatira, and Laodicea. The number 1 card is Smyrna. The number 2 is Ephesus. Number 3 is Pergamum. Number 4 is Sardis. Number 5 is Philadelphia. Number 6 is Thyatira, and number 7 is Laodicea. Number 8 is, slipping my mind, angels, angelic assistance. Okay? Or is that completion? Let me double check this theory. Angelic assistance, I believe. Where's Brian when I need him? Hang on. Just hang on. 8 is lesson. Thank you. Brenda's there. Okay, so 8 is lesson. 9 is completion or completed. 10 is, gosh, bless it. I wish I could do this from memory. I just wrote it down. I need to be in this. All right. Start looking like a buffoon already here. Thought I was prepared earlier. I do have a notepad somewhere, but it's lost in the great abyss of my notepads. Abyss. I'll bring that up later. Very important word. Angelic assistance is 10. So 8 is... here, let me just do this. I'm almost there. I know people that don't know me are going to look at this video and go, man, I hope this guy's not getting paid for this. No, I'm not. Ah, here we go. All right, 8, lesson. 9, complete or completion. 10, angelic assistance. Okay, now we're going into the types of cards, okay? The Jack is a child or childlike aspect. Queen is female. King, male. Spade, spiritual. Club, mental. Diamond, physical. Heart, emotional. Okay? Now that we got that, okay, the pattern of the spread is like the gate of grace. The first card is placed in the east position. The light truly comes from the east. The second card goes in the west position, or the blue, okay? Then the third in the northwest, the fourth in the northeast, the fifth in the southwest, and the sixth in the southeast. The seventh is in the south, and the eighth card goes in the very north. We'll get there. Then you place 3 cards at the top of the gate. These are your blessings, gifts, and deeds. You can lay them face down or turn them face up. It doesn't matter, however you choose to do it. Read from the east to the west, following the flow of the gate. So it goes from the east to the west, then it goes to the yellow, then the orange, then the purple, then the red, the green, and then the violet, okay? And then you go with your blessings, your gifts, and your deeds, okay? You turn those cards over, and those I always leave face down. The other cards I put face up. Kind of gives me a flow of where it's going. I always put the blessings, gifts, and deeds cards face down. Okay? And then that should give you what it is. It's a 28-day cycle. If you want to do readings every 28 days for someone, go ahead. They're pretty interesting. Brian and I were doing them for some time, and we were able to help a lot of people out, helped ourselves out with it. Something that you, yeah, that's right. Going back to this, the ace is Michael, okay? Or, yeah, Michael. So the ace is Smyrna, or Michael. If it's the ace of clubs, it's Michael, okay? That's right, because there's no one card. All right. There you go. So scroll back and forth on the video for that reading. Okay. And, I got a couple of things done this week. The videos are now up and able to be reviewed on thegrandgathering.com. I have a Facebook live video chat archive there. I also placed within the body of that Facebook live page that I have there, I put on a contribution button. So if you like these videos, and I don't get paid for this, I don't get paid for the website, I don't get taken care of for any of that stuff. It all comes out of my time in my pocket. And the website I'd like to update, but it's just way out of reach for me to do. I can do it, but it'll take me a few more months to come up with that. But if you guys would like to see it happen faster, you can donate towards that on that page. Also on the beginning page of AngelicGate.com, I put a contribution button to update that particular website because needs a new website. Anyhow, need help with it. And the only way I see getting it is to ask. So I'm not going to do a GoFundMe on it. If the masters are moved to give me a contribution of a few bucks for the videos, great. If not, cool. I'm still going to do these no matter what. I've always been doing this out of my heart for years. So that's where that's at. Also on AngelicGate.com. I was missing a few years. It is now completely up to date. So you can view each and every visit ever published by Joe Crane on Angelic Gate. And I could say that without telling a fib because I got it all done. I sat down and did her. Technical work's not always my easiest thing. I have a hard time just concentrating, and I've always got something happening, the phone ringing, the dog barking, something happening. There we go. Don't need to take notes. That's cute. All right, so there you go with the angel readings. I thought that would be a nice gift to bestow on you guys. I think that the herbs will be coming out pretty soon. That's another thing, being able to get it to where you can click on different pages and stuff like that. It's going to take a lot of internet work, so be patient with me, and I'll get it done. It's just like posting the visits. It's not just going in and throwing something on a notepad and then transferring it. There's a little bit of work that I got to do to get all this stuff going, and I've had to teach myself how to do this. It's pretty cool. I'm learning, and I'd like to learn some more. Do we have any questions? I gave you a lot of information to deal with today. I always like just staring at myself, waiting for questions. In the back of my mind, I hear the tune to Jeopardy. Coffee. Okay, cool. I didn't see Jack tonight. Kind of thinking he usually has some good questions too. So next week, hopefully we'll be able to talk about the visit that just happened. Again, I'll go over what he said. He said that Michael said he was waiting to see if Joe was going to do this. Yes, Brenda wanted to mention that we could do the readings over the phone. Yes, I do readings over the phone. If you want to have me do a reading for you, I'll do one. Contact me either via email or whatever. Kathy's still confused. Don't worry, review the notes. Don't worry, review the notes. Take your time, and we can chat later too. I'm very approachable, so contact me. I'll see if I can help. I like to be made available. I've always been made available for the Masters. Can we review the video after it is done? I don't know, can you? I don't know. You mean view? Yes. All of the videos I've been doing on Facebook are recorded, and they have been placed on thegrandgathering.com. You'll see the button for that page. Click that button, and all of the videos, including this one tonight, will be placed on there later on when I get to it. It takes a minute to download it on YouTube for me. I send it to my brother, and he downloads it in seconds. So I'm up in the mountains. He's down in the city. So anyhow, they're all there, and they have the titles. You can even go to the YouTube page and comment on the YouTube page if you want. I'm going to be having an interactive. You can comment and stuff on the blog too if you want. I don't know how to do that yet. I'm trying to figure that out. I got to have someone teach me to do that. Oh, Deb, you're very welcome, honey. He says she says thank you for being available for the Masters. Yes, I've always been available for you guys. I always do my best to be available for you guys. I'm not going to bring you my agenda. I'm just going to give you what you asked for. I don't want anything from you. What I want is for you to succeed, and I want you to know how awesome you are. You don't need, it doesn't take a scientist to do this work. You don't need a big education or a big wallet or a big job or a big car, a big house, any of those things. You don't need any of the stuff that people aspire to get and receive, you know? All you need is you, because you're all you need to be. You really, truly are. So, you are the boom dingy. Well, thanks. Okay. I know. But I don't know. Sometimes, being yourself is the boom dingy. Being able to be comfortable in yourself enough to be authentic all the time and not putting up some sort of facade or having things be dramatic all the time or giving secrets and all that crap. Who cares? Anyhow, you're welcome, Ann Casper. I do some hard work and some of it's not so hard. A lot of it's hard. Mainly dealing with my own self is the hard work. You guys are doing the hard work. You're dealing with yourselves. That's the hard work. coming to grips with how awesome you are and really embracing that on a daily basis is quite a difficult task to do. I mean, I get anxiety, I get depressed, I get frustrated, I get angry at myself, I get angry at other people. I try not to be any longer. After the Da'a thing, that's been coming few and far between. Tootsie's back. And anyhow, we've got, I don't know, about 5 minutes left to chat. We have any other questions? We're good? Hey, Kuleza showed up last there. Hey, buddy. You'll have to scroll back and check everything out. So, went over a lot of cool stuff. Again, let's talk about the Da'ath real quick, okay? The Da'ath is the last gift that the angels gave us, and we can do something with it. Use your tuning fork to get you back into the Da'ath. If you don't have a tuning fork to get you into the Da'ath and you've been let in, get one. If you have not been let into the Da'ath, contact me or contact one of the other 10 gatekeepers out there and have them come to you, or you go to them and have them tune you in. This is something that is extraordinarily important. I've been doing some research on the Da'ath, and there's a lot of conflicting information. There's a lot of, stuff about the Da'ath. It's really hard to put my finger on it. But one thing I do know is it takes a long time for us to get into this thing, and we've been given carte blanche, so don't let it sit by the wayside. So, it's like we've got good stuff. Okay, Kathy Benson says, ooh, question. Start typing, babe. I got a beagle. Which fork is it? It's the Da'ath fork. You can buy them separately at angelicgate.com. I think they run $65. 65 or 70 bucks. I can't remember which. Which fork? It's the Da'ath. D-A''A'-T-H. That gets you into the Da'ath. Now you can use any of the spheres too. Do we know if there will be a new gatekeeper training class? I have no idea. I brought it up to Joe. He doesn't know. He doesn't see the point at this point in time. He doesn't see why we should at this point in time. We have 11 gatekeepers that are perfectly capable of getting people into the Da'ath. As we grow in numbers, that need might come back up again. I'm hoping it does, because I'd like to see other people out there doing this stuff. It's really, it was quite a cool class that I went to. I loved it. I love going to Colorado. This time we didn't go to the Garden of the Gods like I wanted to. It was like 2 hours away and didn't really have time to get down there. So anyhow, yeah, we were with someone else that time. That's why we didn't go. So, if you guys want to do classes and stuff, engage people that you need to start engaging the Wholeness Blessing facilitators. That's still on the table. There's 22 of those people that are doing them. I know there's a few of us still doing it. I know Jenny Bell's still doing it. Jose Valdez can do it. Laurel Eden can do it. There's like 22 of us. It's on the page. Go look them up and do Wholeness Blessing Facilitator Roulette and hire that guy to come out and see you. Or have them set it up. You set it up and bring them out to have this stuff done. The shot in the arm isn't going to happen unless we give it a shot in the arm. And it's up to you to do something about it. So, there you go. I hope I gave you some information that you can utilize tonight or today and for the rest of your lives. I love you guys a lot. I really care about you, and I know we can do this thing. And we've got just a handful of us left doing this, so let's get moving. We've got work to do. We can do this thing. All right? I have faith in you. And Joe's doing it again this year. Obviously, he came around and said, yeah, I'm doing it. He's choosing to do it. You can choose too, no matter how difficult it is. Okay? All right, so as always, we're going to go ahead and see you next week, which is the 13th, Thursday the 13th. Same gathering time, same gathering channel. And as always, my blessings, my gifts, and my deeds are of you. I love you guys. Bless your heart.